Hey everybody, this is Jason with OTPG on the Play Games, and I just want to make sure that everyone knows that if you're attending or planning to attend this Sunday, March 23rd's Hyperdrive Series Finale that's being hosted at Zenergy Gamers in Goose Creek, South Carolina, and you haven't found that last legendary or rare that you need, or even uncommon or common, whatever it is, special card, I want you to know that I have cards for sale. My prices are always 80% of whatever market value is, unless there is some kind of crazy discrepancy between the market value and the most recent listings. Okay, and we'll discuss that over Discord. But go down in the description below if you need a card, click on the Discord link, and then once you've accepted that invite, go to any one of my postings and just right-click on my name and send me a direct message of the cards you need. I'll let you know what I have, and I'll make sure that those cards that you are going to pick up from me are at the shop ready for you to pick up, okay? I'll make sure you know who I am, because you'll see the guy with the blonde hair and this mug right here. But I want to make sure that all the players have the cards that they want to have in their deck so that their deck is operating and is at top level, okay? And I want to be able to do that for you guys. So remember, 80% of market value is what I'm going. I take Venmo and I take cash, whichever way you want to go about it. But with that said, we're going to go ahead and get into the video right after this. Hey everybody, this is Jason with OTPG on the Play Games, and we're bringing you some information about this Sunday's event happening at Zenergy Gamers. It is the premier finale for the Hyperdrive series that we have been putting on. I can't believe we've already gotten through 4 events, and we are now going into our final event at Zenergy Gamers this weekend coming up. I want to give a big shout out and thanks to the 4 shops that have participated in the first 3 events. Myrtle Beach Games did our premiere launch, and they were part of last season's event, Hyperdrive events. It was Myrtle Beach Games and Zenergy who kind of started this whole thing last year when we did our first season. This year, Myrtle Beach Games, Anthony, thank you so much. He has put those 3D printers to use. He has created, and you can see those in our other videos, the initiative tokens that are exclusive to each shop and each event, because it has the date of the event on it as well. So on one side it's got the shop logo. On the other side it has the Hyperdrive event series and the date of the event. Those were all donated by Myrtle Beach Games. That was so cool. And not only did he do it for his shop, but he did it for all the shops that are part of the series. So he did a set for everyone. The first 30 players at an event get those, so we hand them out to everybody. Everybody has gotten one so far. So make sure for this event, because it's looking like there's going to be a pretty decent turnout of Charleston players, make sure you sign up and pre-reg, because it's going to be the first 30 players, including pre-registrations. All right. The Myrtle Beach Games also donated the 4 base protectors. We got the black series that are going out to 3rd and 4th place, and then we got the silver series that's going out to 2nd place, and the gold series base protector that goes out to 1st place. And those look really cool. Anthony did a great job there. Not to mention, Anthony also has done the 3D printing for the eye rangefinder for the Boba Fett helmet. And William is going to be bringing that down. So William Hannonz from Hannonz on YouTube. Check out his channel if you haven't already become a subscriber to his channel. He is going to be coming down. Hopefully he's bringing a few of his Myrtle Beach players down with him. And they're going to be joining us. He's going to bring that Boba Fett helmet down with us. That's going to be part of our giveaways for the rewards that we're giving with the player boards. Really haven't decided where that's going to go yet, whether that'll be part of the Tier 1 prize support whether that'll be like a surprise tier 2 raffle off, or maybe I might do something kind of special for the tier 3. And we'll talk about the tier 1, 2s, and 3s here in just a moment. Also, in addition to that, Grand Line did our second event. They were the people that donated the Boba Fett helmet to begin with, and also the Luke Skywalker pinboard. Not to mention, at their event, they surprised everybody by throwing in an extra booster box of prize support to the players there. We handed that out to everybody as well. So that was super cool to see them add that little extra bit to the prize support. And we did have a Columbia player come out to that. Again, Charles, I've mentioned you before. Thank you for coming to that event. And I hope you walked away. I know you came in top 8 in a small event there. You did earn your 2 points for being a top 8. And I hope you walked away with enough additional swag that it made it worth your time coming down. And I hope this time you bring a couple of your friends down and we really blow this finale up. In addition to that, we have 2 Funko Pops that were donated by Grand Line Games. They are the ones that gave us the Darth Maul Deluxe Dark Saber series, and the Savage Oppress, and the Forlome from the Bounty Hunter series. Final round, want to give a big thanks to them. They threw in the large Echo card. They threw in a couple of the Princess Leia Funko Pops. They also were responsible for 2 play sets of all the Judge promos. Some of those Judge promos were given away at the Myrtle Beach game event. Some of those Judge promos were given away at the Grand Line event. And then a full set were given away at the Final Round event, including 2 of the Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader Judge promos. So big kudos out to Final Round for that enormous donation. All 3 shops donating huge to On the Play Games so that we could turn around and give it all back to the players. And that's what it's all about, us giving things back to the players, because we are totally committed to a collaboration between shops and players. And on a side note, we just had our first weekly event in the Charleston area that I'm aware of. All right. It was last night, Sunday, at Zenergy Gamers. We had 14 players show up for the event. That's the largest that I'm aware of any weekly event turnout. And we had 2 players show up after the event had already fired that are players that will be at the Zenergy Gamers event that weren't a part of it. And then there's another 2 that are going to be there, a father and son combo. And then on top of that, I had another player contact me today. So we're looking at like 18 possible just Charleston players that are looking to be at this event. Now, there are a couple of them that are kind of, having to wait to the last minute to make a commitment because they got family and they got to figure out who's watching the kids, that kind of stuff. That makes total sense. And I hope that they're able to make things work to where they can join us. But if they can't, they'll be with us in spirit, because they're all great guys, and all, they just, everybody in our community is so positive. I mean, that's just one takeaway I have from this. Other card games that I've been a part of, there started to be a bit of toxicity amongst the players. This card game is not showing that right now, at least not right now. Okay. And it's just been all about everybody putting something in to push the player base just a little bit further and give back to the community. I've got players that are part of the OTPG Discord group that have donated, that put items in that we're giving away. And that just says everything to me. Not only is it shops donating, but we got players donating also. So it really is a collaboration between players and shops to make this game kind of start to grow. And it's starting to show up. I mean, like I said, last night, 14 players showed up for a weekly on a Sunday night. That was pretty cool. But this video is really about the finale. And Zenergy Gamers has also contributed some amazing items and donations to the effort of On the Play Games giving out some items. Some of the promotional pieces include things that you can only get if you are a shop owner or if a shop gave it to you. I have got an Asajj promo piece. I have got a Django promo piece, which I'm kind of wanting to get. I might make an offer to whoever wins that, just because I've been playing Django Fett for quite a while. There's also a hard plastic version. I don't know if everybody's familiar with it, but it's a hard, these are all tabletop, like stand-up promotional items of The Mandalorian. And it's like a hard plastic version of it, so it's pretty cool there. I was trying to get Final Rounds to donate the one they had, but unfortunately I couldn't talk Jacob into that. But he did throw in a whole bunch of other really cool stuff, that, like I mentioned. But we did end up getting one donated by Zenergy Gamers. So that is super cool. Plus, Zenergy Gamers was one of our original shops from last season, so they're one of our premier shops, and that's why they're hosting the Premier Finale. That's happening this Sunday, the 23rd. All right. With that said, I want to take a look at the leaderboard so everybody knows where we're standing going into this event, and that is the board that you see now. Right now, Noah Clayson has continued to hold the top spot, and he is tied with me, Jason Killian. I've slowly but surely been earning points to try to keep up with him, but he has done well enough to hold first place. Matter of fact, we had to go to a dice roll to do a tiebreaker to see who got to make first pick in the Tier 1 prize support, because at Final Round, that was the first one where we had 2 Tier 1 players, and Noah won the dice roll. He just absolutely crushed me. I think I rolled a 2 and he rolled like a 96. It was awesome. So Noah is legitimately first place right now. Matt Rohauer, he would be tied with the top 3, but in the finals against Zach Simpson, he decided to take a concession to Zach. Zach ended up winning. We had to have a winner. He took the concession, and that gave him the 4 points, which put him at 9 total. But he has got 9 points. Zach Simpson is sitting at 8 points. All those guys have the ability to jump over both me and Noah if we don't do well. If we scrub out, those guys could, come in the top 4, top 8, top 4, or make it to the finals, and they could come in first and second, and then they are in the Tier 1 category. So that could be, pretty interesting. Noah also does have the advantage of the Iron Man points. So he's going to get 4 points there. So 14 points is the magic number. Technically 15, because he's going to get 1 point for just joining the event. So he's going to have 15 points at the least. All right. So that's going to put it where, Matt, if he wins out, he ends up at 14 points, but still could be in Tier 1 selections for prizing. Myself, I have decided, and we did a poll. A couple players came to me and they were like, hey, man, you're doing all this stuff for the community. You're putting all this effort in this stuff. And, originally I was like, I'm not doing the Iron Man because I'm going to be at all the events anyway. And we did a poll, and there was like 6 people that voted. I reposted the poll before it closed to make sure that some of the new people that came into our Discord channel had a chance to vote on it. We had 6 people total. It was a unanimous decision that I should include myself in the Iron Man. Now, I've been thinking about that very hard. I would love to grab the extra 4 points. I think it's going to make a huge difference in where I end up, as far as whether I end up Tier 1 or Tier 2 and have a chance of picking that Gar Saxon that's going to be one of the Tier 1, the Gar Saxon Showcase, if you haven't already seen it, is part of this finale. It's super cool. Or if I'm going to end up in Tier 2. I have decided officially that I am not going to include myself in the Iron Man points. So I will not be accepting the 4 points from Iron Man. So that means that I have to win this event to tie Noah if he does not even make top 8. If he makes top 8, he beats me no matter what. All right. But that still does give me a chance to be in the top 3 for Tier 1. All right. We see the points there. And we do see a big difference between Zach Simpson's 4th place and then William Hannon's 5th place. There's a big jump there. And that jump is a representation of 2 things. Either players that did not make it to more than one event, or players that have missed a top 8 in at least 1 or 2 of the events they made it to. All right, we got a couple of players that made top 8 in 2 events, but they only made it to 2 events. But remember, any player that you see on that board that has like 4 points or 3 points or what have you, and has points in underneath each one of those first 3 game shops, Myrtle Beach Games, Grand Line Games is what I got for GG for Grand Line, or for Grand Line and Games, and then Final Round for Final Round Games. If you see a point under each one of those, they make it to Zenergy Gamers, they're getting 4 points. So they jump immediately to 9 points. So they get 1 point for participating, and then the Ironman points. All right. That puts them tied like 1 point behind Matt Rohauer, because he'll have 1 point for joining too. All right. That's pretty good. So Scott Harvey, Doug Miles, Felix Simpson, Greg Moody, you guys all have an opportunity. If you do well, if you win out, you could end up potentially in a situation where you're in the top 3 and you're getting Tier 1. Now, it's a very slim chance, but it's a chance. All right. And then the people that are below that, they're most likely going to be Tier 1. Most likely going to be Tier 2 if they come and show up. So they're going to get a point for showing up. So if you got a 3 sitting next to your name, like Josh Barker, Josh, my bad. He's a local Charleston player. I should know his name's Barker. It's not Baker. My bad. Just by showing up, he earns 4 points. That makes him Tier 2 immediately. All right. You get 4 points on the board. You're automatically Tier 2. But he could win out and turn that 3 into a, let's see, that'd be 5 plus 1 plus 3 is 6, turn into a 9, right? And be up there potentially scraping pretty close to a Tier 1 pull. But as you go a little bit lower, it's a little bit harder to be in that Tier 1 category. But we're going to be giving away some cool stuff to Tier 2. All right? Like I said, that Boba Fett helmet, well, I don't know if I've said it already, but that Boba Fett helmet that we've gotten the rangefinder 3D printed. Again, thank you to Anthony and the Myrtle Beach Game Shop team up there. And thank you to William Hannon for bringing it down to us for this event. I'm super excited about that. That piece, it may go out to the Tier 2 players. It may just be part of Tier 2. Haven't made that final decision, but there's going to be some cool stuff. And those things are going to be raffled off. We're going to do a randomization, a raffle style giveaway for those items. So I want everyone to be aware of that and know that that's the plan. So the main thing is you have to be at the event at the end when we tally up all the points to get your prize support. All right? In the past, when we've had some, we had some turnouts that were like 11 players, right? In the past, if I had a player that wasn't going to be in, Tier 2, or, I already knew that, I could give them something and they leave. All right? Depending on what the turnout is, if I don't have enough things to give away to cover every single person in the room, then I'm going to have to say, look, if you don't want your prize and you want to leave, you're going to have to make that decision on your own. All right? But you got to stick around for me to tally up the points to make the final call. All right? I can't do Nerf herders even until at least the top 8 has been called. All right? But at the top 8 call, I can at least start giving away the Nerf herder prizing. Okay? Unless I have someone that's in the top 8 that has just, this is the first time they've joined us, and top 8 gives you 2 points, If they make it to the finals, they're no longer a nerf herder. They're now tier 2. All right, so that person will have to decide whether they want to go ahead and be part of the nerf herders if I raffle off at that point, or take a chance at the tier 2 stuff. Now, I might set like a pack aside for them just in case they miss out, but we'll figure that out as we work out. Because again, I'm just trying to give some stuff away to you guys. I want everybody, male or female. I'd love to see some female players come out. You ladies, come out and play with us. We're not. It is not a toxic environment at all. It is very friendly. But that's our seasonal board. Now let's take a look at the Zenergy Gamers, the new flyer that we have here. This is the QR code. It is live. If you can scan it right now, go for it. It should take you to the link that allows you to pre-reg. If you cannot scan this, just go to the description, click over to the Facebook On the Play Games page. The flyer is there. Scan the QR code from there. It should work there for you. Just blow the image up a little bit so your phone can recognize it. That is where you pre-reg. It's a $5 holding. There's no tax applied to it. We did that because some places did have to apply tax, and we wanted that to be very minimal. And so we decided that we would do a $5 holding, and then you pay $20 day of for a total of $25. You save yourself $5. Now, I understand some people can't make that decision in advance. They got families, kids, what have you. They got to make sure everybody's being taken care of, and that everything's in place before they can commit to being at a place. That makes sense, and that's why day of is only $5 more. It's not that much more expensive. It's only $30 to get into this thing. All right. Now, here's the thing. Every single event that has been a Hyperdrive event hosted, whether it's been in Charleston or Myrtle Beach, because those are the two cities that we've hosted these at. And by the way, we'd love to host one up in the Columbia area. We are looking for a shop. Any of you players that are watching this video, any of you shop owners that catch wind of this, reach out to me. I've been trying to reach out. I've sent messages out to Firefly. Have not heard replies back. I don't know if the messages got lost in the mix, but what have you. Trying to get a mid-state representation for the next round of hyperdrives that we are trying to do. I think that'd be beneficial for the Columbia area players, for them to have one where they don't have to travel. I'd like to do that for them. And I think it'd be beneficial for the Charleston players because they're just, not even 2 hours away. Myrtle Beach players might not make it there for the same reason that Columbia players didn't make it to the Myrtle Beach events, but you never know. They might have a free weekend and make the drive. And I think that there's the opportunity for more cross-promotion and collaboration amongst the game shops. And I know that at least Zenergy Gamers in Myrtle Beach are very much for the idea of bringing in a mid-state game shop into this series. Now, with that said, that all depends on how many planetary qualifiers we have. Like if we get a planetary qualifier in the area, we might not need to do hyperdrives anymore. It might fill that void. But if we don't, and there's still a void there, then the hyperdrive series will continue. Okay? We'll be looking at that probably in about a month or so. Let some things cool down. It's definitely going to be after the sector in Richmond, Virginia. All right? So we definitely want that. So check it out. Make sure you look at that. And we really want to get some players out. The challenge, though, is to Columbia and Myrtle Beach. Because here's the thing. Every single one of these things, including last season, whether it was hosted in Charleston or hosted in Myrtle Beach, has been won by a Charleston player. I won the first one in Myrtle Beach. Noah won the second one in Myrtle Beach. I won the first one in Charleston. Matt won the second one in Myrtle Beach. Matt won the second one in Charleston, my bad, at Grand Lines. And Zach Simpson won the third one that we had this season at Final Round. So this finale is the last chance for someone from outside the Charleston area to come bring their game and show us what's up. And we want that. I mean, every single one of our players wants to play somebody who's good. This is like chess. You know, like playing chess. You want to play good players so you can get better, so you can sharpen your game. And we all want that. We all want to sharpen our game, especially since there's several players in the Charleston area that I know of that are going to go up to Richmond, Virginia for the sector. And we want to get in that top 64. We want to do it with some obscure leader so we get some random, showcase card. But with that said, this is one of our last chances to play at a competitive level, because I don't know how many planetary qualifiers are in our area that happen between now and the last week of April when that Richmond, Virginia sector qualifier happens. So this is an opportunity for everybody to play these new cards at a competitive REL. We have a level 1 judge, Bobby Wilson, who is a dedicated judge for this event, and we are going to make a spectacle of it. All right? Not to mention, Zenergy Gamers has been known to surprise the players with this little extras. I mean, Andrew has done it so many times, and he just comes out of nowhere, and I'm just like, wow, again, just amaze me one more time. And he's already amazed me with the stuff that he's donated to the things we're giving away as part of these player rewards. With that said, we are going to end the video here. If you have not already joined our Discord, make sure that you go into the description, look for the Discord link, and click on that link. In the Discord, I will be posting some of the things and images of the stuff that we're going to be giving away. I'm going to do like a picture of all of it probably together. There's so much of it, I might have to do 2 pictures. But there's a lot of stuff to give away. And in addition to that, I happen to have a few things sitting off to the side that I'm kind of like sitting off in reserve. Things that are worth like, $90, $95, somewhere in that area. There's like a showcase card that I'm considering throwing in. There's a booster box worth of cards that I'm considering throwing in as part of giveaways. And it's all going to be based on what happens with the turnout. We get a good turnout. We get some players from Columbia, and we get some players from Myrtle Beach, and I ain't forgot about you down there, the Beaufort Way and Augusta and Walterboro. We want you guys here too. We want you all to come, join us for this event. We got the space, we got the shop, we got all the goodies there that you could possibly want to add to your little trinkets and tokens and stuff like that. That they got the flip tokens now, the new premium ones in the shop. They've got the new the ones that go for the Twin Suns, the ones with the blast token and the plan token and all that. They got those. And not to mention, unfortunately, it's not a Star Wars collection of singles that they have to offer, but they do have a wide variety of singles to offer there, of a multitude of cards. And at some point, I would not be surprised if they get into Star Wars singles as we see the player base continue to grow. Because right now, the 14 players showing up last night for the weekly, they also had the largest pre-release. It was at 11, but it was the largest pre-release for the Charleston area. That was at Zenergy Gamers. And the second largest was at Final Rounds. I'm not so sure how well the other 2 shops did. They may have did some round robins or something like that. Then we've been seeing a steady growth. New faces, young players coming out and playing. Father-son combinations. I love that. That's so awesome when you see a dad and his son coming out and playing. The bonding, I love that. It makes me feel good inside to be part of something, and as this thing is growing. And that's my reward. That's what I get back. As I'm giving all this stuff away, that's what I get back. So I'm hoping to get that feeling back too as we see some Columbia players and some outside of Charleston area players come in You know, we see some Buford players and Augusta players and, you know, Walterboro players come in to the area, in Myrtle Beach. Obviously, I'm so excited about William coming down. He's one of the best players in the state, if not the region. He's part of Maclunky Gaming, if you don't know. And if you haven't checked out his YouTube site channel, Hannonz, there's a link in the description below as well to that, so check that out. It's just, you know, he's got great content. He does giveaways. And then one other thing that I want to bring up before this ends. I know I wanted to be at 30 minutes. I know I'm running a little bit over 30 minutes. Is we just reached 50 subscribers. That's our first milestone, which for me, considering this channel did not start until the end of last November. And it started with me knowing absolutely nothing about YouTube and video production, and the limited amount of time that I have to be able to put together videos for promotional events, for deck techs, for market watches, for box openings, for just about anything. You know, I'm holding down a regular 40-hour-a-week job, and the limited amount of time I have to put these videos together, edit them, go back, review them, make sure everything looks right. It is challenging to get everything out. And I haven't been able to get the content out. Like, you know, I'd love to put something out every day. I'd love to. But for the amount of content that has been put out, for us to be at 50 subscribers, and I know some of them are just friends of mine, and I thank you, friends and family, for supporting. But a larger amount are you players. And so we are going to announce, probably after the sector, we are going to announce a giveaway. We've got to work on how to live stream. I haven't gone to that point yet, do a live stream. We're going to work a live stream where I give away something. Haven't figured out exactly what I'm going to give away yet, but I'm working on it to celebrate that milestone of 50 subscribers. Our next milestone is 100 subscribers, obviously. We really, really, really want to hit 100. Okay? So if you have not taken the time to hit subscribe, please do. It means a lot. It really helps. Please watch the videos to their conclusion. If you don't have the time to watch a video to the conclusion, there is a setting. Put it on ×2 play speed, mute it, and let the thing run. That's fine. That helps. That helps with the algorithm. That helps with everything I'm trying to do in the future. All right? And everything I'm trying to do in the future is to turn around and help you, players. Okay? This is all about you guys and all about the game shops. Bringing everybody together. So please, punch the like button like you've never punched it before. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Share the video to your personal page. You know, if you're a nerd, if you're a geek, if you love Star Wars, your friends are going to understand. But help spread the word that On the Play Games is contributing to the community and contributing to the growth of this game. Okay? And we are trying. We're also going to be trying with those efforts as we start having more followers and we start having more people watching and viewing our channels and being engaged in our events. That gives us some leverage to go to FFG and try to get official sponsorship from them as well, you know, and start trying to make not maybe the events something that FFG is involved with, but at least my content being that. So it may change the type of content I could do, but we do a lot of live recordings, which is what FFG wants. So that's something that we are trying to really get involved with. That's a goal, you know. But again, my point is, do us the favor of liking, subscribing, and please comment. Please comment. That shows engagement. That also is something that YouTube looks at. You know, even if it's just a, man, your face is ugly. I'll take it. I'm okay with that. You know, one of my most commented videos was a controversy over prize support for a planetary qualifier. You know, where the judge actually like messaged and had some comments, and we had comments back and forth. Some of the players had their opinions also. There were differences in opinions. We had a reasonable and non-aggressive, debate, banter back and forth. And it ended in like, hey, show me the numbers. Show me the numbers. If my numbers are wrong and my estimates are wrong, show me the numbers. And then it stopped right there. It didn't go on. But anyway, we're running into like the 40-minute mark. I don't want to go that far. So with that said, make sure that you are getting yourself ready, make your deck ready for the Zenergy Gamers event happening this Sunday, the 23rd at 11 a.m. Doors are going to be open roughly around 10:30, maybe as early as 10 o'clock. The pre-reg is going to be right there on that QR code. Feel free to be part of the day of entries. Anything you throw at the shop always helps support the shop, so day of entries are always welcome. And please hit like, subscribe, the jam, and check out some of those other awesome content providers that I have in the description. Every single one of them has contributed in some way, shape, or form to my knowledge in the game. Veil Shot is a great one to check out. Mondo Deck Tech, Trevor, or Traveling Trevor is what I like to call him. I haven't seen many videos from him in a little while, but he's a great guy. Like and subscribe his channel to show him some support. And of course, Hannonz is always great. He's local right here in the South Carolina area, and he is an awesome player, and he does some great stuff and giveaways, and his shop has really supported the community by the things they have done with the Hyperdrive events. So with that said, this is Jason from On the Play Games saying, whether it's day or night, may you have a good one, and the Force be with you. And thank you.